Paris, the city of lights, of boulevards glowing under golden lamps, of cathedrals and of poets, painters, and lovers. A city where beauty hides in every corner, from the glistening Seine to the aroma drifting out of a neighborhood bakery at dawn. But Paris is not only a city of art and romance, it is a city of food. To eat here is to taste centuries of refinement, tradition, and revolution. From the humblest croissant at a street boulangerie to a Michelin-starred feast overlooking the Eiffel Tower, Parisian food is both luxury and daily life. Today, we will walk its boulevards and markets to discover the top 10 most popular foods of Paris. At number 10 is the croissant. Buttery, flaky, golden layers that shatter with the first bite. Perhaps no food is more Parisian. Though it traces its origins to Austria, the French perfected it, turning it into an art. At daybreak, Parisians line up outside bakeries for croissants warm from the oven, their scent filling the streets. Du Pain et Day, a legendary boulangerie near Canal Saint-Martin, is famed for its croissants as well as its spiraled escargot pastries. To eat one here is to feel the heartbeat of Paris mornings. Number 9, the baguette. Long, slender, crisp on the outside and airy within, the baguette is as essential to Paris as the Seine itself. Every meal can begin with bread torn, dipped, or simply carried under the arm on the walk home. Its origins lie in the 19th century, when bakers sought a loaf that was quick to bake yet elegant. Today, competitions crown the best baguette in Paris, with winners supplying the palace. One of the great joys of Paris is simply standing at a corner, tearing off the end of a warm baguette and tasting the city's soul. At number 8, we find escargots, snails prepared with garlic, parsley, and butter. To outsiders, it may seem unusual, but in Paris it is considered a delicacy, rich in flavor and tradition. The shells arrive sizzling with herb butter, and the taste is earthy yet luxurious. For the full experience, head to l'Escargot Mantourgile, a Paris institution serving these delicacies since the 19th century. Eating escargots here is like stepping into Paris's culinary theater. 7th place belongs to steak frite. A simple dish steak served with crispy golden fries, but in Paris, simplicity is perfection. The steak is seared just right, the fries thin and salted, and the combination has become a staple of brasseries across the city. La Relais de l'Entrecôte, with its secret sauce and never-ending fries, has elevated steak frite into a ritual, drawing crowds who return again and again. At number 6 is onion soup. Known to Parisians as soupe à l'oignon. Once considered humble peasant fare, it is now one of Paris's most beloved dishes. Caramelized onions simmer in broth, topped with bread and melted cheese until bubbling and golden. Its origins stretch back to Les Halles, Paris's central market, where workers would gather for a steaming bowl at dawn. Today, Au Pas de Cochon in the first arrondissement keeps the tradition alive, serving onion soup 24 hours a day, as comforting now as it was centuries ago. Number 5 is duck confit, a dish born in the French countryside, but adored in Paris. Duck leg is slowly cooked in its own fat until tender, then crisped before serving. The result is rich, flavorful meat with skin that crackles at the touch of a fork. At La Tour d'Argent, one of Paris's most historic restaurants overlooking the Seine, duck confit is served as part of a menu that has hosted kings, presidents, and celebrities. To taste it here is to taste Paris's culinary grandeur. At number 4, we have crepes. Thin pancakes folded with sweet or savory fillings. Crepes are a Parisian staple, eaten in or on the street. Nutella, bananas, ham, cheese, even smoked salmon. The possibilities are endless. On Rue Mouffetard or in Montparnasse, creperies line the streets, filling the air with the scent of butter and sugar. Watching a crepe spun on a hot plate, then folded and handed over in paper, it's one of the simplest joys of Paris. Number 3 is foie gras. Luxurious, smooth, and rich. Foie gras is perhaps the most controversial yet revered French delicacy. Often served as a pita with toast or brioche, it is especially popular during the holidays. At Le Comptoir de la Gastronomie near Les Halles, foie gras is served with elegance in a way that makes even the humblest diner feel part of Parisian sophistication. At number 2, Macarons. Colorful, delicate, and sweet. These almond meringue cookies with creamy fillings are as much a symbol of Paris as the Eiffel Tower pier, and compete for the crown of the best macaron, offering flavors ranging from classic pistachio to exotic passion fruit. To step inside a boutique with its pastel boxes and chandeliers is to enter Parisian dessert heaven. And at number 1, cheese. Paris is a city that worships cheese. With hundreds of varieties from creamy brie de meaux to pungent Roquefort and nutty, cheese is not a side, it is a course of its own. In Paris, cheese is both daily life and national pride. Fromageries like Laurent Dubois present cheeses as though they were jewels, arranged with reverence. To eat cheese in Paris, paired with a baguette and a glass of wine, is to embrace France itself. Parisian cuisine, like the city, has always been about balance, luxury, and simplicity, tradition, and reinvention. Influenced by regional French cooking, enriched by trade and empire, and refined in the grand kitchens of kings, Paris became the world's capital of gastronomy. Yet even today, the soul of Parisian food is not only in fine dining, but in the everyday the bakery on the corner, the Café Terrace, the crepe stall by the Seine. For travelers seeking affordable flavors, Paris has endless treasures. On Rue Mouffetard, students line up for giant crepes filled with Nutella for just a few euros. At L'Os du Falafel in the Marais, crispy falafel sandwiches with hummus and vegetables spill from warm pita bread, feeding hungry crowds at budget prices. In Belleville, Chinatown restaurants serve steaming bowls of pho and dumplings late into the night. The Des Enfants Rouges, Paris's oldest covered market, offers global street food from Moroccan tagines to Japanese bento boxes at modest prices. And of course, every neighborhood bakery sells croissants and baguettes for less than a coffee in a Parisian cafe. Simple luxuries that remind you that in this city, beauty can still be affordable. And that is the magic of Paris. A city where food is not only nourishment, but poetry. Where a croissant in the morning feels like sunlight. Where a plate of onion soup at midnight feels like history. And where a macaron in the afternoon feels like joy. In Paris, food is art, love, and memory all captured in a single bite. So tell us, which Parisian dish would you try first? Would it be the croissant warm from the oven, the bubbling onion soup at Les Halles, or the colorful macarons of Share your thoughts in the comments. We love hearing your choices, because food is never just about eating. It is memory, romance, and identity. It is the art of experiencing life, one dish at a time.